to appreciate so much the ministry for providing vehicles to our local leaders. It has helped a lot in service monitoring and delivery. Though I want to, we have got reports. I don't know whether it was a good timing to give out these vehicles when people are already in campaigns, when the serving leaders are already in campaign, when the term is almost over. We have got reports that some unpatriotic leaders who lost the election, they are misusing these vehicles. So I don't know what is how we're going to help us to ensure that these cars are being handed over to the incoming leaders in a good mechanical condition.
Chair, thank you, Honorable Minister. I want to thank you so much for having procured vehicles for the LC5 in all the districts. I still want to emphasize that in some other districts, we've been hearing from the corridors, some of the LC5 who have lost, they are even saying that Mzee should give them the vehicles so that they retain. Yes, so you need to take this issue very seriously, because they all know that they are not supposed to retain it. That means that the usage is not going to be taken care of. You need to take this one very seriously. And then too, that is same apply to the LC3s. You also need to make some precautionary measures, because even the maintenance alone, the motorcycle that you procured for the LC3s is very good, but when you see the way they do maintain it, it is really in a very bad stage.
The motor vehicles by our chairpersons, the misuse actually by some of our chairpersons. We've got reports, some have already crashed, others are being mishandled. Now we came out clearly in writing. The PS wrote to every accounting officer in the local government, the 176 of them. These vehicles were not supposed to be used for campaign. In any case, that is under the electoral law. Any candidate using a public facility for campaign, you're supposed to be disqualified. Secondly, the vehicles are supposed to be driven by official drivers of the district, not a chairperson, not a mayor. And thirdly, we still maintain the right of recall of a vehicle which is being misused, mishandled. So, Mr. PS, you've heard the concern. I think we better task now the accounting officers to give us a report on the status of each vehicle. Yeah. I had one more question, then we can. The issue of the salary enhancement for the local government leaders, how much were LC1, 3 or 5? Chair, this matter was presented. I presented a cabinet paper on this matter. I wouldn't delve into the detail of the cabinet paper, how much were we proposing for LC1. We wait until it has been approved and then submitted to Parliament. The position I gave at the beginning, which I would like to repeat, is Cabinet so far says for next financial year, Parliament allow us to focus on the teachers, to enhance the payment for the teachers, arts teachers, the primary teachers, and so on. It's a big bill, colleagues. As you see already, here in what the figures I've given you, we are beyond 700 billion. Next financial year, we shall focus on the LC leaders. This is the commitment I got from finance, from the cabinet, and it's what I share with the committee. So for now, I appeal to the local government leaders. There is something coming. Even the vehicles, some of them are said, no, we cannot get the vehicles. They have not got the vehicles. And I'm appealing to them, please, these are official vehicles of government. So nobody should think that because you are LC3 chairman, we gave you a motorcycle, it was personal. No. At handover, they must hand over a motorcycle. Whether it is okay or just one wheel remaining, they must hand it over. The same as the bicycles of LC1. Yes, honorable. And then the vehicles of LC. Chair, I beg to submit. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
For the clarification he has made and the different presentations. And Chair, we beg that we are given
the document that indicates the figure we are about to approve for local governments that strengthen the fact that he has said that teachers have been enhanced. Because from the documents we have right now, we are seeing that the figures are known to the tune of 7.4 trillion. So we beg that we are given that figure so that for us, our side is catered for as far as local governments are concerned. My matter, Chair, now, first of all, it concerns the policy matter as far as financing and aiding local governments to realize their systems. When we realize that to the ministry's budget and the local government's finance commission's budget, they are both talking about IRAS. And when you get further into the ministry's document, policy statement, we are seeing another program coming in SCAT. So let's ask which is which. The ministry, the commission is informing us it's remaining with some few local governments to go onto the system, IRAS, and then the ministry is coming in with another program before others are online. Which is which? And we need also to clarify who has the mandate. Why should we have those double systems? Everyone is handling some accounting, financing, else aiding local government somewhere. Which is which, so that we can reduce double budgeting. Two, Honorable Chair, I beg also to be clarified. We are seeing a lot of climate financing matters here. When you look at today some of the problems we have in the country, we don't see the ministry advising local governments to handle matters of climate. I have a problem in Wakiso. The forests are going. We have Gunda forest being taken. We are seeing even in Nombe right now, much as we have floods in the country, the ministry is not coming up to direct local governments on how to handle matters of environment conservation ongoing. Honorable Chair, as I'm about to summarize, we are having the matter from the local government ministry reflected here on waste management policy. We didn't see how it's reported on. Garbage is still disturbing local governments, and we don't see the ministry coming up strongly to show that it's going to manage garbage. And finally, we are having local governments crying today. We are seeing that everyone under physical planning, which you've indicated that you still have a gap, you've already directed local governments to enforce that ready order. How comes you are making people cry due to gaps of planning, and right now you've not first planned for them where to put the markets which were there, and two, you've not directed well the town clerks. We expected at least evening markets to stay. It's everywhere in the world that evening markets, someone can come and kurembeka in the evening for that little moment, then later on can have a survival. But for you've just directed, everything is being destroyed. So we pray we are also directed further on that. And finally, to the Local Government Finance Commission, we have been told that they aided in property valuation. What criteria did you follow? And continuously, in order to have all these different local governments you keep aiding, what do you follow and on what basis to have that? I thank you.
Yes. The PDM, you are totally right. The money we give, the 100 million per parish, is a grant from government to the parish circle. But it is not a grant to the beneficiary. It is a loan by the parish circle to the beneficiary, me who takes 1 million. This money is supposed to be repaid after 2 years of utilization. So what should be happening now is those who benefited 2 years ago should be bringing it back to the parish circle. But there is no situation where the money given to the parish is being recalled to the center. If that situation is there, then we need to know the actual parish and we take action. Now, the big parishes, and it's good to tell the people, you borrowed money from your circle. This attitude of, it was a casino from the government, that is not true. As you say, we want to build a village bank. So people should use it and return it to the circle. If the member has a problem, report to the circle chairman. They can waive, they can extend the repayment. But we give a clear information that PDM is a loan to the beneficiary by the circle of the parish, which should be repaid. Now, for the big parishes, I'm saying, Chairman, we are not going to create smaller parishes so that each one gets. The position of government is the big parishes will get relatively more money than the smaller parishes. We are developing that formula to see, according to the population and the rate of subsistence. It's not a question of saying my parish has a lot of people. There may be a lot of people who are already wealthy, who are already out of subsistence. So we are working with UBOS to determine the rate of subsistence of each parish. And that will help us to know, do we put this parish in category 1 of 100 million, 2 of 200 million, 3 of... We're still working on that. Now, under the budget of 26-27, we are maintaining the pro rata basis. Each parish will continue to get 100 million until we agree on that formula that encompasses the bigger parishes with the bigger rates of subsistence. Chairperson, you asked a very important question.
The reason is they are not officially gazetted. So I want to know how these parishes are they going to work? What are the futures of these parishes? And yet they have participated in the general election, and yet they are not going to benefit in this PDM. So I want to clear clarification about this 128 parishes. Then too, I'm not to bring you back, Chair. I want to congratulate you. The what?
Let me put it a little more clearly, because stated in the elections.
Yes.
No. The issue is they were created after the last elections of 2018. 2018, the parishes, LC1s and 2s. So the minister under the law has mandate, can create a parish, can create a village. So the minister then did create them. But because they didn't have leaders, they have remained kind of what some people call uncoded. But as far as we're concerned, we have instruments for their functionalization. They are there. They were created. So the matter is between us and finance to say, and that's why we have captured them in the next election, this one which we are talking about now.
Exactly.
So once their leaders are elected now, then they are operational. Otherwise, to provide money to an entity which was created but without leadership can become a challenge. So I thought I would clarify that.
Okay, thank you, Chair. I think lastly, I want to congratulate you and the ministry for procuring the document. And as we have said, Chair, we're always on the ground. I beg you to write a letter immediately to inform the cows, because those people are destroying their vehicles. Exactly. Because I've seen, I've witnessed on the ground. I beg you to use your power, all the authorities, to inform the cows. Because up to reaching to swear in, we see all the vehicles will be down. It's going to cause a lot of chaos. So thank you.
But don't you think, Minister, there will be a challenge of the implementation of building institutions to implement the policy? Because I think that is an issue. If you have to really look at the impact of the investments we are making in local governments, it must be followed by serious monitoring and funding to ensure that actually the impact is felt and monitored. Because right now we are talking more about investment without analyzing the value. That to me is an issue that may be questioned after some time, but I think the direction of the policy is genuine, but the implementation mechanism must be developed, particularly the institutions. Right now we have a challenge which we are seeing, that nearly every ministry is budgeting for parish development model. Where's the linkage? And who is evaluating that impact? And when you go in the field, PDM is associated strictly with Ministry of Local Government. These ones are absent. Elsewhere you find colleagues in the budget line, they are showing the funding, and some have received the funding. So to me, I don't know how that can be helped. There is an issue which my colleague raised about Parish. Now we call him Parish PDM officer. There is no linkage with the local government called LC3 government. I don't know what the PS, you have noticed that one. In other words, minus parish development model, the parish chief what? Disappears. Yet that is an investment area. That's a structure which is very critical, closer to the people, and that therefore would bring all what you used to call, when I was civil service, parish development committee. But for them, they wait to disperse the money, and after that, now they disappear. They are not recognized as the district. They are left hanging. And yet we have a local government which exists and LC3. Some people have a belief that maybe we should now make a parish another government. Now we have this monster called climate development, which we saw in the policy. For us who come from region of called Elgon, we are really hit hard by climate change. But there is no evidence of how this investment has helped us and how it's utilized. And finally, how I wish that the issue concerning use of vehicles, we appreciate, should be handled politically, because the cow may not have that muscle. We know everywhere they say, mzee yabawe motoka zamu. Now, you as a civil servant, I don't know how you are going to prevail over the what? Over the chairman. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Honorable Nasir.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Honorable Minister. I want to thank you so much for having procured vehicles for the LC5 in all the districts. I still want to emphasize that in some other districts, we've been hearing from the corridors, some of the LC5 who have lost, they are even saying that Mzee should give them the vehicles so that they retain. Yes, so you need to take this issue very seriously, because they all know that they are not supposed to retain it. That means that the usage is not going to be taken care of. You need to take this one very seriously. And then too, that is same apply to the LC3s. You also need to make some precautionary measures, because even the maintenance alone, the motorcycle that you procured for the LC3s is very good, but when you see the way they do maintain it, it is really in a very bad stage. In relation to that, I think in the future,